Hello and welcome to another episode of Sports and Songs podcast. We're on season 5, episode number 20. Andy, tonight's the Songs edition where we review an album and talk concerts, tours, and local music.
Yes. Doing the Cars night. Not your typical hair band music, but still good rock and roll.
Good stuff. As a youth, I was influenced by the Cars. I liked the Cars growing up. I mean, they were good music. So This will be good. And eventually, we all outgrew them and got into more refined music.
Yes.
Like LA Guns.
Yes.
And Damn Yankees.
And Rat. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. What the album cover we're going to bring up here. Go ahead.
There it is, The Cars. Let me just get this garbage out of here. All right. Here we go. Heartbeat City is the 5th studio album by American new wave band The Cars, released March 13th, 1984 on Elektra Records. This marks the band's first album not produced by longtime producer Ray Thomas Baker, instead opting to be produced by, say it with me now, Mutt Lange.
Robert Mutt Lange.
Robert John Mutt Lange. Considered a quote-unquote comeback album for the Cars after the Shake It Up album in 1981, Heartbeat City represented a return to the success of the band's self-titled debut album. Music critics noted that the glossy approach of the Cars invented has made this the best year for pure pop in damn near 20 years. It's only fair that they should return to such confidence to form. So numerous tracks from the album never received airplay on modern rock stations, with singles Drive and You Might Think reaching top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, while the album peaked at number 3 on the Billboard 200. Heartbeat City did spawn 6 singles, 6 of the 10, respectively. A number of the songs from the album gained successful radio and television exposure. Notably, Drive, You Might Think, and Magic were all heavily rotated on MTV. The title track served as the album's 6th and final single outside North America. Lead vocals on Drive were performed by bassist Benjamin Orr. The song's video was directed by actor Timothy Hutton and features Rick Ocasek arguing with a troubled young woman played by Paula Paravica. I just call her Paula all the time.
Perfect.
Who ended up marrying Rick Ocasek. So Paula Ocasek now.
Wow.
Hello Again had a video directed by Andy Warhol, who also appeared on screen. Despite not being released as a single, It's Not the Night, which is sadly my favorite song on the album, reached number 31 on the top rock tracks chart. The song Stranger Eyes was used in theatrical trailers for the 1986 film Top Gun, but never made it onto the soundtrack. Looking for Love was considered by Australian singer Falco as Mucho Girls in the 1985 film Falco 3, or 1985 album Falco 3. So he redid it, changed the name a little bit. When the Cars performed at Live Aid, they performed 3 songs from the album, You Might Think, Drive, and the album's title track, along with the fan favorite, Just What I Needed. The album was, like I said, produced by Robert John Mutt Lange. The album art cover, including the image of a 1971 Plymouth Duster 340 and a pinup model, is from the 1972 pieces of Peter Phillips art called Art-O-Matic Loop-De-Loop. So there you go.
Now for here's the alternate. Here's the full album. I'm going to bring it up here while you talk. You can go ahead.
I kind of had like a cassette and you folded it open. You got all that stuff there.
Yep, there's the full artwork. Okay.
All right. All tracks are written by Rick Ocasek except track 7, written by Greg Hawkes. Track 1, Hello Again. Rick Ocasek vocals on all these unless noted by me. Track 2, Looking for Love. Track 4, Magic. Number 4, Drive, like we said, by Benjamin Orr. 5, Stranger Eyes. Side 2, You Might Think. It's Not the Night, which was both Orr and Ocasek on vocals. Why Can't I Have You? Number 9, I Refuse. And number 10, Heartbeat City. 38 minutes, 41 seconds is the length of this one.
Okay.
Stranger Eyes is titled Stranger on the label of early U.S. vinyl releases, though the title is listed as Stranger Eyes on the inner sleeve. Heartbeat City is titled Jackie on the inner sleeve of the early U.S. vinyl releases, though the title is listed correctly as Heartbeat City on the label. The band members of the Cars at this time: Rick Ocasek, lead vocals and guitar; Ben Orr, vocals, bass guitar; Elliot Easton, guitar and vocals. I believe he was the one who played left-handed. Greg Hawkes, keyboard, vocals; and David Robinson, not the basketball player guy, the other guy. He was on drums. Like I said, this would be on the charts, reached number 5 in Canada, number 1 in New Zealand, and the U.S. rock album charts, but the U.S. Billboard Top 200 only had it at number 3. So,
and what year was this released?
This would be an 85 release, sir.
Okay, so once again, MTV was huge, and the Cars benefited from that.
84, like 84. Live Aid was 85, yeah.
Very good music videos.
And I think the Live Aid helped a lot with it too, because everybody was at Live Aid, so that helped with your popularity. Their videos were very good videos, different than the whole band standing on stage playing, kind of like I said, Andy Warhol did the one video, so it's kind of that pop art type of situation. And the Cars, like I said before, they were rock and roll. They weren't as a heavy a rock and roll as, say, a Van Halen, but they weren't, the Thompson Twins either. So they were somewhere in that middle. I compared them a lot. I want to say it's like Rick Springfield rock and roll, Eddie Money rock and roll.
Yes.
Just good rock and roll, maybe a ballad or two, but not a lot of screaming guitar solos. Good rhythm guitar in the background, but I would compare that. Good album, 84, 85, when it was heard a lot, played a lot. I highly recommend you listen to it again for the first time.
I'm going to do that. I'm not familiar with those non-released songs, and like you mentioned, that may be worth it to pick up because all the songs on this album are probably very good.
Yes, they are. I enjoyed it. Brought a smile to my face as I listened to it again today.
Yes, it's easy listening. 38 minutes. It's good stuff.
Yeah, 38 minutes album. Great for, no pun intended, when you're in the car driving. It's not going to make you want to do 85 and a 40, but you'll enjoy it.
So here's the images then of the full layout poster and the album, the LP album cover with the artwork. Very good. It's good. I've always liked this. Good stuff.
Yep.
Anything more on the Cars and Mr. Ocasek or anything?
No. Rick Ocasek was kind of known as or not Rick Ocasek. Ben Orr he did the vocals for Drive, which is that'd be their higher song in the ratings, and he wasn't the main lead singer.
And that's the slow ballad. That's the popular love song, the slow song at dances and things in high school.
So unlike Kiss, where Gene and Paul split like half and half on the songs, Ben Orr would do like a song, maybe 2 per album. So it wasn't a big. Well, you just released all the Rick Ocasek songs, like Kiss releases all the Paul Stanley songs, and an occasional Gene one here and there. No, just Ben Orr had the one song on there, and they released it. So, but very good album.
And once again, it's Robert Mutt Lange puts together very tight producing engineering work.
In fact, if I had to list 10 albums you must get that were released in the 80s, this would be one of them.
Interesting. Okay. That's a good quote right there. The 80s were filled with so many, but to narrow down 10 and put this on there.
This would be on my 10 if you got the 80s and only grab 10 albums to listen to, and that's all you can listen to from the 80s, this would be one of them.
Okay. All right. So any more Cars? I've got some additional slides here.
That's what you got, sir.
All right. So let's bring it up. I've got some additional slides. And what we've got is a segment here on some local music and musical notes in general
Yes.
that are public. Now, check this out. Tom Kiefer, a friend of the show.
Yes.
I guess we're fans. We're not really friends, but
Yeah,
a fan of the show. Kiefer, we all want to make another record, and we just saw him perform this last year.
Yep.
He's getting up there in age, still very good vocals.
Yes. He puts 120% into a show, I'll tell you that.
He mentioned that on his March 11th episode with Eddie Trunk. All right. Look at this. The Shakopee Bowl, March 22nd. Now, this is tomorrow.
Yes.
Foreplay with Roman numerals IV.
Yes.
Foreplay. $10 cover at the door. That's always good. Very popular commercial band to listen to some Foreigner. Looking forward to this. I haven't gotten my tickets yet. We have to look into getting this. This should be good. Tool tribute band called 10,000 Days. Same lead singer as the Mad Alice band. And this is a Friday night Tool concert. This could be good.
It could work.
That. Now check this out, Andy. The Mont Invasion. This is up in Monticello at the Nordic Pub.
Okay.
So here's what they're doing. They're doing it all day outside, not in the front parking lot, but in the kind of the back parking lot. It looks like they're setting up a stage and having all these bands come in and play.
Nice.
So, that Metallica is going to be there. The Judas Priest, Hellion is going to be there. Pantera, Iron Maiden, Motley Crue band, Motley Six will be there. This should be pretty good.
That would be a nice way to spend a Saturday afternoon.
And this is 12 noon. This is like a 12 noon. It goes till 10 p.m.
Was there 6, 7 bands there?
Yes, Saturday, the last Saturday in July. Talk about an all-day affair. I'm sure there'll be food trucks and vendors and plenty of beer. And this would be like an all-day party. I don't know if you get a wristband or what, but for $25, can you imagine?
Yeah,
seeing
even
all
if
those
you did a half-hour set or an hour set, that'd still be cool.
Boy, and I think they've done something like that before. Monticello, they're at the Nordic Pub. Really good. Really promotes a lot of the good tribute bands. Now, Andy, I think you've seen this, but coming up Sunday, May 19th, Rock for Ronnie, the cancer. The late Ronnie James Dio, his foundation here is doing their fundraiser. But look who's coming: Quiet Riot, the Dio Disciples, and Lita Ford.
Lita's coming back in town.
Not here, but wherever that is.
Yeah,
I think that's in California.
But then you see a lot of those concerts for Ronnie. Different places around the country will have them every now and then. Different tribute bands or other bands will get together for it. And
it's a fundraiser for cancer. Yeah, go ahead.
You can go to Ronnie James Dio's website too to donate if you like.
Yeah, and it's a fundraiser, but really good bands. Once again, I think Ronnie died of stomach cancer, and this is to raise funding for that. And I think that's one more. Here we go.
Did you see the number?
Look at this, Halford. That is going to be good. Highest charting. You know how long Judas Priest has been around? You know this answer, Andy. This is their highest charting album.
They don't give up.
So that is hats off to them. Congrats. Yep. I do have a few more here. Hairball is coming to Canterbury Park for an outside show on June 14th. And opening up for them is Sugar Buzz. Sugar Buzz said on their Facebook, they said it's a dream come true to open for Hairball. I mean, anywhere Hairball goes, they do well and bring in the people and rake in the bucks. So Sugar Buzz to be named the opening band there. Congrats to them. That's always going to be good. And it's not till 2025 when the amphitheater opens in Canterbury Park. It's been pushed back a year. So this will just be out in front of the stage, in front of the track there, the race track outside. Always good. That's a Friday night. Always good to see a show at Canterbury. And that's all I've got for updates.
I do have one other thing I saw. I shared it on our social media on the Facebook page. Slash of Guns N' Roses. He's the long-haired gentleman with the hat. He's getting an all-star band, or not all-star, all-stars together to sing on different songs on albums. and it's a blues album.
Okay, yes, you mentioned this. So he's going to do a
And
full blues,
Brian
and he's
Johnson
going to
from
bring in
AC/DC. Yeah.
guests to play on each song, almost like what Lita Ford did on her recent album.
Yeah. And Brian Johnson of AC/DC is the ones I've shown on Facebook singing the blues.
Now, is this original work or is this cover songs?
I just heard like 3 seconds of it and it was a song, so I didn't
Okay.
see, but I'm pretty sure they're all covers, but just, oh my goodness, just the names he's getting. You can pre-order now, and I might knock Priest out of number one for Judas Priest out of number one for the album sales, because this is gonna be one to get just in time.
Yes, and Slash, for those who don't know, is the heavy, the lead guitarist for heavy lead guitars. Very good with Guns N' Roses for many, many years. Bringing it down to some blues.
Yes. So it should be, like we've always said before, and you can tell when you hear it. A lot of heavy metal, hard rock, go back to the blues for their influence, for their songs, for their playings. And you'll hear it a lot in this.
That's awesome. All right, that's all we've got for today. Have a good week, everyone. Make sure to leave your comments below, requests, recommendations, comments, and things like that below, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.